Hi, everybody, and welcome to my crash course on how to get to Google Classroom and what's going on in there. So I'm going to show you guys what your kids should already be able to do, but then that way, if they need some help walking through the steps, you know what to do. So I'm going to share my screen with my computer. So first thing, you're going to want to go to regular Google. So when you're at Google, what you want to do is you're going to want to find over in the corner here your waffle. So we call this waffle because it looks like a waffle. So when you click on the waffle, you're going to look for Google Classroom. It looks like this. It's like an old-fashioned chalkboard. If you look down here, sometimes, oh, I don't have it on mine. Sometimes it'll be in this section, and then sometimes it'll also pop up on the Chromebook toolbar. But there's a couple of ways to get to Classroom. Almost all of our kids know how to get there, so that's something for you to know that there's a couple of different ways to do it. So if your child does a different way, as long as they end up in Google Classroom, that's perfect. Now, a couple of things to know is that my classroom is going to look different because I have different classes than they do. I have some trial classes and things I put in there to play around with, and then I have some other stuff that I've messed with too. My class is Math and Social Studies, so I'm going to click on that one right now. Now, the front page right here is where you communicate with your class. I'm actually going to be adding some questions in there, so that way in my videos, I'm going to ask you to respond or figure out something or answer something. So when I do that here, what I want you to do is I'm going to have you answer down here in the communicate with your class page. So one of the things I have for the word problem of the day, so my question is word problem of the day. Number 1, how much soup was left over? So I am going to ask this. I think I'm doing this right. It's been a while since I've done this. I want all students to do it. And I want them to be able to answer too. So I'm going to post it. And then from your side, your kids can type right in here how much soup was left over if they watched the word problem of the day. So that answers, that will go there. So keep an eyeball out. Tell them to watch their stream, and that's what we're on right here. Up at the top, we're going to click right here. That's Classwork. So Classwork has I'm going to scroll down to the bottom so you can see, because we have been using this throughout the year. Way down at the bottom is our first unit, which is Maps and Geography from Social Studies. So when you're looking to fulfill your 20 to 30 minutes or your 3 or 4 tasks per week, there are all of these other options too. There's songs, there's games, there's continents, things, there's videos, there's all kinds of things. So there's Maps and Geography, the United States of America, Mexico. If you notice, we had skipped Unit 4. We just kind of ran out of time around Christmas time, which is the Netherlands. So we'll pop that back in later. Unit 5 is Canada. Unit 6 is China. Now, it looks like these all have more than China does, but actually, if you click on China, oh, I need to add some stuff to China. I thought there was more on that one, but I guess not. And up here is Ireland. So that's where we're at right now. And if you look at the Ireland page, all of my YouTube videos for the country of Ireland are right there too. I strongly recommend your child rewatch those. I'm going to post a Kahoot later this week because we're wrapping up Ireland and moving on to another country. So if they watch all of my videos, because they're all less than a minute, it should take them about 13, 14 minutes to watch them all. And then they'll be able to do really well on a Kahoot. I'm trying to figure out how to post that Kahoot. We'll see if it works out. So the math problem of the day is going to be in here, and it's a word problem every time. Here's the first one. There's a video that goes along with it. If your child wants to watch the video, there's the video. If they want to try it on their own, there's the question, so they can do it either way. And then sometimes I'm going to try to add an extension to it like I did earlier. So if they finish out their word problem and they want to come back to the stream and say, oh, how much soup was left over, and then go back to their classwork, they can figure it out, or they might already remember, or they might have the paper right in front of them too. This is a fractions unit. Again, my classes are behind Mrs. Burkhart's class in math. So we are still working on fractions in here. So if you're Mrs. Burkhart's class and want a refresher, that's right in here. I have a draft of module 10 in here that I haven't published yet. But down here is just a review, my anchor chart and fractions and what everything means and the vocabulary of fractions too. So Classwork and Stream are really the only two things that your kids are really going to need to know to explore Google Classroom. This is my page, Math and Social Studies. If you come over here, I call this the hamburger because it looks like a bun and then meat and bun on the bottom. You can also find Mrs. Burkhart's class too. She's working on her page as well. So if you scroll up here to Classwork up at the top, again, she has all of her stuff in here for you for science, social study, or science and ELA. If you want to scroll around, you can scroll around. You can also come down here. And she's organized these so you have reading comprehension, fluency, vocabulary, and other ELA stuff. Her science stuff is up here. So that's a great way if you want to just go to reading comprehension, boom, you're right there. So the I Survived books are in there too. So I hope that helps you with your understanding of how things work. And really and truly, these are things that your child can access on their own. So please feel free to tell your child, hey, go into Google Classroom, see what Mrs. Polomcean has in there for math, check out some reading stuff from Mrs. Burkhart. And if you want to watch with them, you're welcome to it. But I know there's a lot going on in a lot of people's houses these days. So don't be afraid to put this into the hands of your child and say, hey, go give that a try yourself. All right, practice makes progress, and we're looking to find ways to help your children progress. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.